Hi everyone, it's Jerry. I have an instructive game I'd like to share with you that was played recently on Lichess. This was during a rapid arena, a 3-hour event of 10-minute chess with prizes for the top 3 finishers. On the white end, Grandmaster player Chessmaster 2006 and the opponent Terminator 2010, whose account is now closed. That's all you get when you go to their account is this small message, can't check out past games so easily. But prior to this message, it did read this account violated the Lichess Terms of Service. I think it'd be a good idea if that message still remained, even after the account has been closed. I get this impression that players think they're just washing their hands clean of any, account violations when they do this. Oh, maybe I just closed the account because I didn't like the username anymore. Okay. That's just my 2 cents on it. I'm going to let this one play out in real time. Both players ended up berserking, so this is a 5-minute game we're observing. And as mentioned at the start, it's an instructive one, very high quality play by Black in this game. On board a Ruy Lopez, Berlin defense, 2 imbalances present very early on, structure-wise, minor piece-wise. But Black is cool in this game with giving up that unopposed light square bishop, because this king has not yet made a commitment to castle kingside. If Black castles kingside in this position, White is the one who is saying, I simply have the better structure, I have a better bishop, and clearly there will be not as much dynamics left in the position. But this, on the other hand, is a totally different situation. On board now is a case of opposite sides castling, and with this earlier move, h3, that is now providing Black a hook. So nearby, there is this idea to put pressure on h3. As of now, the rooks are the main pieces that are not yet contributing. And it's usually the case in these opposite sides castles positions where the side who can activate the rooks first is probably going to take up some initiative. So we're going to get some prep work eventually for g4. This player was playing at a very high level throughout the tournament. I believe they only got tagged with that account violation on their that mark on their account 2 hours into the event. So they played 19 games. I think they scored something like 18 wins and 1 draw. So they were really cruising. Taking some time on this last move right here. Eventually playing rook to g8, securing first g5. So there's no bishop captures. And now Black is ready to go with this idea to press on with the g-pawn. And this guy right here, Black's g-pawn, wait until you see all the different mating ideas Black has in many positions. It's eventually going to be dropped right on that g3 square. First, a little security for the knight. There are some sensitive squares in Black's position, clearly on the f-file. But look at how deep this pawn is. And now that it's there, this knight has a jump. These are all tying in really well. Pawn on g3, that's not just any ordinary pawn. That's like a 3-point pawn. Maybe more, because of all the different mating ideas. a5, that one's a tough one for me to wrap my head around. It just seems way out there in right field. I don't know what's going on with a5, but this idea to play g3, knight g4, and even this follow-up move f6, I believe this is the next one played by Black. These all tie in really, really well. These jumps, nice forward moves, so some pressure with White's last move now on e5. It's now under fire by 3 pieces. Only 2 defenders, so this makes a lot of sense. It's in positions like these where I see the knight and the rook like this, and I'm trying to find a way to control this guy. Control that guy, you're controlling the rook, so f6 would do a really good job of controlling both of these pieces. I do believe we get that very soon. So just securing the e5 point. But right around the corner, we're going to see these mating ideas by Black, who is way down on the clock, under 2 minutes now, doubled up. White's doubled up on the clock at this stage. So e5 is now secure, and eventually if this tension is released, this queen now all of a sudden springs to life, and h4 becomes problematic. Right now, g3 is under fire. Not too many ways to try and defend that. Computer points out that you could simply tuck the king away to a more secure square, but this pressure, there is knight to f2 as well. That's also good, stopping queen takes g3, and also opening up a new square for the rook. So this is really interesting play here. This pawn going all the way to g3. Look at the journey this knight has taken deep into White's house. Now the coordinated pressure on h4, we're going to have multiple only moves by Black. Really high quality play. So coming up, I believe it's going to be rook takes e5 here. And I'm gonna throw some pop quizzes. There's only one winning move. Can you spot it? Okay, that was the only winning move. No time for rook takes queen because there's going to be mate. So White knocks out the knight. There's also another only winning move. There's another one. No time to take the queen again because, yet again, rook h1 for mate. This knight. How is it only worth 3? Only worth 1. It's more than 3, it seems now, at this stage. So once more, trying to pry into White's camp, trying to get into h1. This one, at this point, it's completely busted for White. You have to give up a rook one way or the other with rook h5 or rook to f8. And we're going to have White actually end up going into a think right around here and one other point. So a big time difference at this stage. Rook f8. There's only one move, not the most difficult one to spot. You just take the rook. And now another only move at this point here. Can you spot it? White now approaching just 1 minute remaining, and there is no increment for this game. So can you spot the only move? That's it. Rook to d8. Again, no time to take the queen because that would be mate. The king is running to safety. Another only move. Can you spot it? Time's ticking. Under 50 seconds now. Queen h2. Only move. Very instructive play with this pawn. All the different mating ideas that are present with just 2 minor pieces apiece. And White puts up a good fight here. Finds the best move. This is if you're curious, evaluation-wise, it's around a -5 here. There are several ways, a couple moves that would still be around a -5. And yeah, there isn't much that White can really go for here. I should point out, this next move is queen h3 check, and the king simply sidesteps. Now, if this idea isn't played, let's say the rook goes here, stopping, let's say rook f8 check, there are these moves like b6, preparing to tuck the king away, and then finally this rook could look to get even more aggressive and penetrate on the second rank. And then nearby, there's going to be mating ideas. I should point out also, queen takes, pawn takes, and there's no stopping this pawn. Rook h5 is met with a check, followed by promotion, or promotion followed by check, either way. So there just isn't a good solution at this stage for Team White. Queen h3, king to b8. And we're not done just yet because there's going to soon be another final back rank mate type idea right around the corner. I'll be throwing this to you as a pop quiz. Both players now under a minute. Check, king to b8. And just one more move here by White. Not rook f5, rook h5. Final move. Just over 40 seconds remaining. Can you spot the winning move? This is a mate in X position. And Black is taking some time here to pull off this final move before resignation. Now 20 seconds. And 15 seconds, can you spot the winning move? Running out of time here. Just under 10 seconds, and we got a move. Queen G1. That does the trick. King takes queen would be met with rook. D1 for mate. White resigns in this position. The only other option is king to E2, which would be met with queen F2. So a very instructive game, this one here, out of a Ruy Lopez, Berlin. This idea to go opposite sides castles, two minor pieces apiece type position, driving this pawn all the way up to G3 and making use of a lot of only moves. These back rank ideas were really, really instructive. So anyhow, feel free, as usual, to leave any feedback to this video in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed it, maybe took a thing or two away. That's all for now. Take care. Bye.